everyone, and welcome back to the channel where we explore the fascinating origins of the words we use every day. Today, we're diving deep into a small but mighty Latin word, M.E.T.A. You might be thinking of a certain tech giant, but the story of this word is way older and frankly, way more interesting. So, stick around as we travel from ancient Roman racetracks to the cutting edge of digital reality. So what is M.E.T.A? In Latin, it's spelled M.E.T.A, and it's a first declension feminine noun. Its most basic, tangible meaning was a cone or a pyramid. Think of a simple, solid geometric shape. This primary definition is the key that unlocks all its other meanings. The Romans saw this conical shape in a lot of different places, and they used M.E.T.A to describe them. For example, a pile of hay could be called a M.E.T.A, as could a pointed heap of anything, really. It was a straightforward, descriptive term for a common shape. But this is where it gets exciting. The Romans took this simple word for cone and applied it to one of the most thrilling spectacles of the ancient world, chariot racing. The Circus Maximus in Rome, a colossal stadium that could hold over 150,000 spectators, was the heart of this high-octane sport. The racetrack, or spina, had turning posts at each end. And what shape were these turning posts? You guessed it. They were large, gilded, conical columns. These were the M.E.T.A. The M.E.T.A was the most critical point on the entire track. It was the turning point. Charioteers had to navigate their teams of horses around this tight corner at incredible speeds. This was the spot where most crashes happened, where skill and nerve were tested to their absolute limits. It was a place of high drama, a point of decision and consequence. To round the M.E.T.A successfully could mean the difference between victory and a disastrous, often fatal wreck. The M.E.T.A wasn't just a physical object. It was the climax of the action, the point where the race was won or lost. Because of its crucial role in the chariot races, the meaning of M.E.T.A started to expand. It wasn't just a turning point anymore. It became a goal or an end. The final M.E.T.A marked the finish line. Reaching it signified the completion of the grueling race. This idea of an endpoint or a boundary became ingrained in the word's meaning. You can see this in the writings of Roman authors like Ovid, who used M.E.T.A to refer to the end of a journey or even the boundary of a territory. It evolved from a physical cone to a conceptual finish line. So we have cone, turning point, goal, and end, but how did this ancient Latin word end up in our modern vocabulary, especially in a term like metaverse? The path isn't a straight line from Latin to English. The M.E.T.A we use today in words like metaphysics or metadata actually comes from a Greek prefix also spelled M.E.T.A. This Greek M.E.T.A means after, beyond, or among. For example, metaphysics is the study of things beyond the physical. Metadata is data about data. For centuries, the Latin M.E.T.A and the Greek M.E.T.A lived separate lives. But then, in the 20th and 21st centuries, something fascinating happened. As we started talking about abstract systems and self-referential ideas, the Greek sense of M.E.T.A, meaning about or beyond, became very popular, especially in technology and philosophy. When Mark Zuckerberg was looking for a new name for his company, a name that would signify a future beyond the current internet, what word could be more perfect than M.E.T.A? It captured that Greek sense of beyond and transcending. But here's the beautiful, historical echo. What is the metaverse often described as? A new frontier, a new goal, a boundary to be pushed. And what was the original Latin M.E.T.A? A goal, a boundary, a turning point. So while the direct linguistic link is to the Greek prefix, the spirit of the old Latin M.E.T.A is undeniably present. It represents a turning point for our society. A new goal we're racing towards, much like those Roman charioteers thundering around the gilded cones in the Circus Maximus. The word itself has completed a full circuit, starting as a physical goalpost and returning as a name for our most ambitious digital destination. From a simple cone to a turning post in a deadly race, to the very concept of an end or a goal, and finally to representing a future beyond our current reality. The journey of the word M.E.T.A is a testament to how language evolves, borrowing and blending meanings over thousands of years. It shows us that even in the most futuristic concepts, the echoes of the ancient world are still with us, racing alongside us as we round our own modern-day M.E.T.A. Thanks so much for joining me on this linguistic journey today. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you won't miss our next exploration into the amazing stories behind words. See you in the next video.